weeks, so it wasn't doing much. It definitely didn't fly over that strip of the reeds. And at the beginning, no one thought that would go that way because they thought he had in his right mind, and he totally wasn't.
Okay, so just to verify, I am flying kind of this thing as slow as possible and using the zoom camera, and any farther this way.
I mean, he started down here at the 127th Street Bridge and went
in that way. Okay.
So, and I doubt he made it to here. If he did, I wouldn't have thought he made it past like this pad that's right over there. But a little bit further north, there is like right around here. There's a bog, like some water hazard that I haven't been down to. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But that's like super pushing it. I was pretty much expecting him to have been walking down that path and either just collapsed into the reeds, or he may have still had energy to like come off of the reeds and try to hide, or he got scared of like a train, the Metro comes by. Because he had like a few strokes in the same couple of days. That's what started this whole thing. And then they had him falling down and hitting his head a few times.
Mm-hmm.
So he was in bad shape.
Yeah, we definitely have friends of friends that knew him, and my wife watches every podcast around, so So we'll do passes from a bunch of different angles, but...
And you saw he's got all black on. His bald head. Didn't have a hat anymore. But he's had a hoodie on that was red and white and had actually put it on inside out, so the red is what's showing. If it's showing.
So I got flying in the day, so I can actually have my sensors on, so I don't fly into anything. Here we go.
Yeah, I guess before.
Gonna freak me out if a train goes flying by.
It's that the next one's at like, what did I say? Maybe 3:30. Around 3:30.
Okay.
And then 4:15, the Metro that comes. That's the one that comes flying by. That one has been going back and forth.
Staging
since we got
and
here,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah. What are you looking?
Just the grass, I guess. close to where I stopped walking, I think.
From the other direction?
Yeah. But there was snow too that day, so it'd be 100%.
Mm-hmm. I just don't want to fly right into the side of the bridge. That's what I was doing.
There's a billboard over there, but it's in this way some. But yeah, see, that's where he came in, and this would have been like the first place he could hide, and didn't. And there's places under there you could kind of hide, or if you tuck around the corner of this, that was all the places I was expecting to find him. And then when you come to realize he was walking for like 48 hours almost, soaking wet in the cold, and had all those strokes and stuff, and he was in a hoodie, in a leather coat. He's not bending anymore. He's just walking on autopilot. So then he's probably not even hiding under one of these things. But where would he be? But he walked. I mean, he had walked about 6 miles. I tallied up through his whole since everything started when he got in the accident. So he might have made it past here to the water. But if he made it to 119th, he should have been seen or found. And the number, it's weird because the numbers from like his last known point and to around here, they're all exactly the same numbers that fit with the search and rescue, like magic numbers of, yeah, that's where he's going to be. But we turned that inside out, and with me and the Metro Police and the tow yard, and that's where they first came, and then the police stopped right here around here with the dog, because that's the like 100-foot radius from the bridge, so it goes with their app that they don't have to keep looking, and it matched up with a white van that was inside, so they went straight in there. They went back and went inside.
Let's see what kind of trees I got here.
Yeah, this is the van.
Okay.
So I walked, there's the white sign. I walked a little bit past that white sign. Yeah, because there's a green one and then a white one. And when I got a little past the white one, she didn't come with me. She stayed at the bridge, and I was like, yo, where'd you go? You're the one with permission. And she was like, oh, I don't necessarily have permission. So I was like, well, I'm coming back because I don't want to piss anybody off.
Right. All right, so we'll try to fly over this time, kind of more top down.
It did say, too, in some of the rescue stuff, when people get lost and things like this and it's cold, if they don't go under things, they'll stand between two containers and then get stuck. Well, not stuck, but, die and stay there. And he had been seen in videos all through the 2 days before, trying handles on cars and all over town. And looking in beds of trucks, but he never got a door open, even when the people were like, no, it was unlocked. So he just couldn't figure it out. And they've checked most of the cars, if not all of them by now. But I went the day I came with his ex-wife. We went through probably 50 cars, like the first, the closest cars to the entrance. But the guys that were working there said they were there the night that it all started, and they were like, he's not in here.
because the sun, I'm having a hard time seeing like right against those containers.
I don't think he could have made it, really. And he was tripping over everything. He barely could go over a curb. So, if he made, I mean, he can make it there, but I would suspect there'd be like a trail of him crawling or something. And they checked the canal and had the SARS dogs out there. But that's like a mile, it's over a mile that way. And that was that night. The wind was blowing like 20 miles an hour this way and it was raining. So he wasn't turning and going that way. He's going to have to go the easiest way. But given how far he walked, and he was in good shape, his ex-wife said he could climb a tree still and was, active and stuff. So he might have made it all the way down here. If he's wearing a black leather coat, will that get warmer than what's out there?
Yeah, if it's in the sun, it'll definitely react differently than the grass. We might be able to see it.
I really think he's going to be easy to see once you're where he is, you'll find him.
Yeah.
When I saw the video of you on TV with the dogs and I saw him in the reeds, I'm like, dude, I have to call him. Because I had come here and walked out in the middle of this where that train signal is, and there's a real path. And there's like wooden planks over it, so he isn't making it across that, but there's a real path. And when I walked out in the reeds and they're all pressed down, I took pictures of it that day. And then when I saw your video, I was like, man, I have to tell him and see if he'll come.
Yeah, I've been contacted on this one about 3 times, I think.
Yeah. Have you flown before?
I have not, no. The times that I've been called, has just been like, we want you to search all Blue Island, or, I can't do that. Like, there's no way.
I think it's magic.
Yeah, I mean it's a sexy, magical, lost finding toy, but yeah, the dog search volunteers that trap, they hate. There's all this, call a drone, get a drone as soon as there's a posting and everything, and they're like, how often do you find some dog and recover the dog without us? I'm like, very rarely. I'm like, yeah. Like, but you don't have a drone. It's,
I think that's just the plant, the shadows, yeah. Where that white thing is. Yeah, it's just junk.
there goes the train.
Yeah, and then this is the parts where I was wondering about too, because there was a fence most of the way in the containers, and then at some point when the yards kind of switch owners, there starts being spaces in between the containers
Okay.
that he might potentially could get over to there. But I would think he's just going to keep on walking, dragging that leg until he can't walk. Boy, that comes by and scares him.
Right. I just want to be up high enough so I'm not needing to worry about all the trains and the trees. Stop it. Not that. Alright, I'm going to come back for a battery. I have that spot, so.
Not good, but good. I'm excited. There's more. More show. I was like, no, don't be back yet. Yeah, we watch all kinds of crime shows and Skinwalker Ranch, so we love a good drone.
I've looked for one other human, a suicidal young man in his 20s who wandered away from his home. And the bloodhounds tracked him to a bridge, so then they had the boats out and they were dragging the water underneath the bridge. But in actuality, he went over the bridge and went underneath some bushes, really thick bushes. And that's where he was for, 2 days. Huh. So we got there, and I flew over the bushes. I couldn't see heat source at all. I flew all over the place. But another drone pilot I was working with took off from across the street, just by luck. There was a Starbucks parking lot. Took off, and as she's going up 25 feet in the air, she sees this huge heat source. So we found him.
Nice. Dave? I've been watching. You'll find you soon.
We're going to have you joined by a big battery. Just gonna make a little noise.
It's the magic ski doo that's on the top of that one. That's on all the maps, and I use it to remember where. Straightforward, no person.
Mm-hmm. And the dog search area, that we call those nests. Of course, they're looking for somebody, some animal that slept there and then moved on. I'm not sure what you're looking at. Okay, and he looked at that thing.
It's a weird hole. I'll pass to it, but that's a weird hole. Ice. Doesn't really look like anything.
Can't tell if it's a... It's almost like... Is it just reflecting?
Seems like it. Or that you can even see the reeds like under there frozen laying down. But it's light coming through.
Yeah, I'm just going to put a pin here just so we know where that is. I don't think it's a person, but I also don't know what a person's going to look like at this state.
Because the night that he was out, would have been out there, it had been raining for a couple of days, but not. It was just like cruddy out. It wasn't raining, and it hadn't frozen yet for the season. That came over the weekend when it was like the blizzard, and there was like a foot of snow. But that night would have been squishy out at least. And then it rained and froze and thawed only, I think, twice. But so he's going to be flattened out, still in the coat maybe kind of curled up. I figure he looks like a garbage bag or a tarp, and that's why no one, and the only people going by is the train.
Mm-hmm.
The workers are all on the other side of it. I tried to call in Wilcott. I don't know who, I mean, I'm sure the police do the other stuff, but I've called everybody from around here. The Tope people are real helpful. The Wilcott people, I was like, there might be somebody you should go look for on the outside of your fence, and they never even answered me. Iowa State, said they were being helpful with the family and stuff, and when I talked to them, they were decent, but I was like, I think it's right here, and she was specific. She's like, that's not ours. I'm not going there. I was like, okay. The day we came out here, I wore my green safety gear and looked like a worker, and no one gave a shit. We were walking, the guy that was a real train guy was like from across the tracks. No one cared. I could have kept going that day, and I didn't.
Let's get a little higher. Feel like losing the drone today.
Does it tell you if you're by something?
It's supposed to, but I mostly turned that off. I thought I turned it back on, but at night when you're flying without any light, those sensors can start to get irritating because it's like it thinks it sees something and slams on the brakes.
Okay.
I gotta be honest, this is the slowest I've ever searched an area, so.
Yeah, thanks.
But without using the thermals, it is much more difficult. But I might run through with the thermal if I don't get anything just to see.
to the right a little. I think it's the same garbage. So.
We're about 700 feet from where we are right now. That's a...
Back in the old days, in like 1994 when I got out of high school, I worked at Harris Casino and drove the big paddle wheel casino boat. And used to fish dead bodies out of the river.
Oh, okay.
For doing stuff. But when he went missing, obviously I kind of knew him. Like he would know my name, but he wouldn't know who I was.
Mm-hmm.
But my buddy was in Rendition, a band that played. They were pretty much their house band, and the guy that my friend Eric that was from Rendition, he passed away a few years ago, but they were like real close. So when I heard about it, we drove around like everyone else, and a couple weeks into December, I was like, he's not alive. There's nowhere to look for him. Where was he really? And that's how this all started.
Mm-hmm. What's interesting here is there's no, I'm not seeing a fence here, right? This.
And if he tried to go through any of that, he'd still be not far from it. He's going to be still in it because he was really weak. The AI seems to think he had, only moments to live probably that night because of the weather change. So, and because he's never been seen anywhere again. Mm-hmm. It's like he was in there somewhere. I'm like, well, the only place that he should have physically been able to walk is down this path for however long. So, and when I talked to her, to his ex-wife, and she was like, no one's really been that way. And then I waited a whole month and kept digging through everything and calling places to see who's really been where. And when I talked to the guy Kenny from Bourbon Street, who was Daniel's friend, he was like, no, that's a weird thing. He was like, no, nobody's been over there. So I'm like, well, that.
I looked at the pictures again. He didn't have the red side of the hoodie out. It was the gray side. The hoodie is red and he had it on inside out.
Oh, nice.
I'll show you. Because his daughter posted a video of him wearing the hoodie and the outside of it is red.
So here's a...
I don't know. Because in some of the pictures, like, I don't know, he must have switched it around or something.
It looks like tarp.
Yeah, just, you never know what's under the tarp, right?
Yeah, it could be, because they said part of the terminal burrowing, when you're hypothermic and at your wit's end, and that's when you don't have strokes and head injuries. But one of the last things you'll do is try to get under stuff or cover yourself, even with nonsensical items, or a tarp. And he's already wearing tarp-colored stuff, so that's no good.
In this picture, he has it on the right way, and the hood is red, and then in this one, it's inside out.
Well, it's just because it's pushed in.
But in the other pictures, the hood is gray, like in other ones.
Well, it's still going to be both, so. And that's the pad I was talking about. I think that's where I tried to put the pin when I was like, this is the first place that looks like a spot you could actually step off for a second. So, but that was before this, right? The tarp was just before that.
Mm-hmm.
It could be, because he could have walked like that and just saw the tarp and got under it and was like, well, this is where I'm staying. Kind of surprised he did that good of a job if he did it, but maybe.
We're all going to have nightmares if I all of a sudden zoom in on a face or something.
I was thinking the same thing when I saw the bottle. I'm like, yeah, what's that?
So, yesterday I was out in Woodstock and we were looking for a dog, and I found a sleeping bag that looked like there was a body in it.
Mm-hmm.
And we were staring at it for so long. I'm like, dude, I can't, like, are we going to call the police? What if it's just a homeless person? Like, what? I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. This is new territory for me. So we ended up going over, again, his dog's lost. We drive over to this area and we're like, we look at it and it's much flatter from ground level than from the sky. So we're like, okay, there's nothing in there. And we kicked at it a couple times. Okay, back to the dog search.
Did you find the dog?
I looked for 3 different dogs yesterday and found one of them. We don't have the dog back, unfortunately. It's in a Glacier something Forest Preserve in Ringwood, Illinois. And they don't allow traps. So we are having the darndest time trying to get that dog. He's only been with the family for about 3 months. He's a rescue and skittish.
We have 2 dogs. And I watched some of those videos. Like, go find a dog with a drone.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is really, really fun when it works.
I even saw him dropping a net, like stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't have that. I can drop something from a different drone, but it would Probably be like snacks. Talking this big thing here? Yeah. Just gonna see if I didn't. Ice again.
One of those tarps. Because on the other side of the tracks, there's pallets of everything with where they're capable, like those steel strapping, and they're strapped down with those heavy tarps like that.
This to me looks like ice, but.
Oh really? Oh yeah. Maybe. Oh yeah, because it's through it.
Yeah, I think it's frozen in there.
Yeah.
Do it again. They call it tunnel vision when you're.
In the trees right ahead of us.
In the trees?
Yeah, like straight ahead out the windshield.
Okay.
Yes. Standing on 4 legs. Looks like a dog. Here it comes.
Oh yeah, he's coming off the tracks.
Aww. Someone's standing there like that wasn't there before.
You seen Dan?
Little guy.
Chewing on Dan.
It's a young one.
I saw 2 running around our neighborhood the other day, and I saw a thing on WGN said that Valentine's Day is when they mate. That's where they're all.
Yep.
And it looks so hot.
Yeah, sometimes they have mange.
Yeah, his tail looks like he has it.
I don't usually like my drones, so. Alright, here's where we're at so far. We made it to right there. And how far down are we going, you think?
Well, that's the water. I doubt it's further than that, but to the intersection is the farthest I would expect.
Okay. So we'll keep walking along.
Wow, I'm surprised he wasn't there. I I would have thought you would have found him already from over there.
Yeah.
Huh.
The dog and then turned its head.
A lift bug. Deer.
Yeah, there's Maddie. Go run out there and grab them. They're right here.
Are you shedding? You can sell those suckers. Huh. I did see a hit deer on the dog hunt yesterday as well. I don't know what's going on with that. What is that? You gonna call it in? Strange drone.
Yeah.
Strange drone in the area.
Somebody looking in my window.
That's right. That's yeah. I love because I do get the cops called on me from time to time. I do love showing them that with the thermal you can't see inside windows. It reflects the heat. Like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Definitely wouldn't have the strobes on doing it as well. buildinggp.com.
That's what I'm expecting him to look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked that it's not yet. Ice.
Yep, still ice.
Tricky.
Alright, let's go over the wires. Not through them, Mike. Come home with yourself and the drone. So it looks like they're. What's that?
Very good.
I think we've got an ice canal going on. Can definitely see the running water through there. The thermal should probably tell. Is it in the wrong setting? Normally that would show up as.
Yeah.
Some thick crap.
He wouldn't have made it far into any of that. Like he'd have just got tangled up and fell over.
But is it the nonsensical thing?
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it is, but what's up?
I want to check this. Oh, he's
Right here.
yeah, this. One of the first days that I actually came out here, it was like 0 outside and 15 below wind. And I was walking around and going up the bridge and taking pictures and looking for everything. And I was like, man, he's got to be here somewhere.
Yeah, you definitely sounded more sure than I was, for sure, but of course you've been doing a lot more than I have.
I've driven them crazy. At the beginning, before Christmas, his wife, or ex-wife,
I heard your daughter concur with that. How long did it take for you or the team or whatever to decide that this was the location?
They still haven't.
Okay.
I'm kind of the outsider
Okay.
of things anymore. They've all kind of moved back into their own lives and stuff. I'm an entrepreneur.
Sure.
Self-employed these days, so I find myself with lots of time. So the way I think the police or the family or someone is out every single day trying to figure this out, they're not. And I didn't really realize that until I got way into it. And so I'm like, and I used to have a beef jerky store. I used to be the inspector for the Department of Agriculture. I was a meat inspector. So it's like a health inspector but on crack. And I spent most of my time in slaughterhouses, but I used to inspect like Home Run Inn and all these big factories.
Sure.
And Portillo's and stuff. So, but I'm used to going, I want to know what's right here, and then finding out, not waiting weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
So I've been stuck, and for me personally, I've narrowed it down to this spot, and then when I talk to these
hang on. What's this?
authorities and stuff, and they're like, no one, it seems that no one did go there, except for like a preliminary kind of look, or the drone that the fire department flew, but they flew it the wrong way and in the cold and stuff. So everyone's going through the motions of looking for him, but no one was really walking his path and walking which way he went and trying to feel like what was going on in his head. They're just like, oh, he went and walked and got lost. We'll find him. He's probably got picked up by a car or something. It's like, but you got to think through it. If he got picked up by a car, where is he now? some Good Samaritan just keeping him for 3 months. So, like, at some point, someone figures out where he is. Or even if you're a Good Samaritan, you pull him, you drive away and go, wow, this guy's fucked up. Mm-hmm. I'm going to dump him back out. Or he dies in the car and you dump him back out. But you're not going to go out of your way to, like, hide him. You're just going to get rid of him and go. I just don't see him. And even the family now, they're like, please don't say anymore that he got picked up by a car and driven away. Well, this is it. Because if you walk into, presumably if the dog was right, if he came to that bridge, which they checked it like 12 days later and after it was snowing and stuff, so but with all of the search and rescue stuff, it says that's the way you would, if you were in his condition, it's the way you would go anyways. So that the dog followed him there is just even better. But then, okay, you enter the yard and then the whole world looks for you for 2 months and you're never seen again, even though you were seen all the 2 days, while you were stumbling around town. They've got him on video all over the place. But once he comes to this, he's never seen again. It's like, he's in there. Where? I don't know where. Right. He's in there.
And wasn't one of the other theories, like, he got on a train car or whatever?
Right, that he might have gotten on a train car. Or one was that he got on the Metro or on a train car and ended up in Joliet because someone at the Home Cut Donuts swears they saw him sitting outside that, like, same week or whatever. But when I talked to Jen and them, they said that they went out there and talked to those people and saw a video and were like, that's not him. And the same with, there was a report that he had gone past the Flying J gas station in town on the first morning, and they went with the detective and watched the camera.